Hello, children, and welcome back to my virtual classroom. And I hope everybody is safe and healthy, everybody is enjoying at home, and everybody is definitely, I hope, enjoying the classes and the videos which we are sending for you, we are making for you, children. Please make sure that you go through the video so that it brushes up your knowledge. We also do it in the classroom, but these videos are specially made for you so that you children you can clear up your concepts, and you can just polish your concepts which you may or may not be able to do it in the classes. So these videos are specially made for you. So children, today we are going to study about something which we have already studied, something which we have already learned in our previous lessons. But what we are going to do, we are going to study it, we are going to study the next segment of this. It is not the same chapter, it is the same segment of the previous chapter. In first term, like I told you, we had studied about the Constitution of India. Then in the second term, we started with the democratic government, where you studied about the Vidhan Sabha, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Then you studied about the Parliament House, you studied about Sansad Bhavan. So these are all, segments of the government. Now today the lesson which we are going to study, class 5, is another segment of the same lesson, we can say. It is in a continuous process. When we talk about constitution, when we talk about democratic government, when we talk about voting, elections, all these things are together, merged, amalgamated together, but they are in a different segments. They have been put in a different segment. So let's study about it today. But before I start off with my lesson, let me give you a short example. Children, like in your classes, the teacher selects a monitor, right? How is the monitor selected? For example, I have selected two children, A and B. And now A is also very good and B is also very good. Alright? Not that only A and B is good, all the children are good. But there, when we are talking about two people, let's now try to do it in a different manner. So now what does the teacher do? The teacher asks the two children to speak about themselves. And okay, then A and B start speaking about themselves. They start talking about themselves, that what can they do if they become the monitor, what are they going to do if you would vote them or you would elect them as their monitor of the class. So now what the teacher does, she takes this declaration, or she asks the students to talk about themselves and asks them that what can you do for the students. Now the teacher asks you to vote like writing on a paper and then secretly giving it to the teacher. Then the next step, she writes the names on the board, and then she counts the number of votes the A and B has attained. Now the person who has attained the highest vote becomes the monitor of the class. Yes, children, the same process happens somewhere in our country also, and that process is known as elections or voting. Now children, here in the elections, we are voting our leader. We want so and so kind of a leader to be for us, to stand for us. So today's topic, children, is elections. We are going to talk about elections today. We are going to study about elections today. So let's get started. Okay, now children, when we talk about elections, India is a democratic country. Everybody knows this. We've studied about democracy. We've studied about constitution. Everybody knows that India is a democratic country. The citizens of India are free to choose their own members, are free to choose their own leaders. These elected leaders form the government. Like we've already studied in our previous lesson, that these particular set of elected leaders form the government. The process by which we elect our government is known as the elections, like I said it before. And children, before we read about elections, we need to know what are basic terms. There are four basic terms which have a different kind of meaning. Let's study about what are the different um, terms. Okay, children. So the four important terms used in this chapter are vote, then ballet, then voters, and voting. What is a vote? Vote is making a choice between two or more candidates, two or more people. This is done through a ballot or a paper where you assign your vote and you put it in that. Next is a ballot. What is a ballot? It is a system of voting secretly, and it is written in it is given in writing. Then who are voters? You and me are voters. Above the age of 18 are known as voters who elect their leaders. Plus voting. What is this voting? The process by which we elect our leaders is known as voting. Like I said, all the citizens above the age of 18 have the right to vote, and they are known as voters. Now, let's talk about the different political parties. Children, there are different political parties in our country. Let's talk about the different political parties. Fine. So, political parties or political party. What are political parties? Let's talk about these political parties. Now, children, a political party is a group of people who believe in a common set of ideologies. Their ideas are same, their notion is same, their perception is same. Everything is almost the same. The contests and elections, they both enjoy the political power. Plus, India has a multi-party system. Multi-party means they have lots of parties, lots of political parties in our country. And some of the major political parties in our country, in India, are... So children, the different types of parties are Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, also known as BJP. Then we have Indian National Congress or the Congress, Bahujan Samaj Party, Samajwadi Party, SP, very famous, Aam Aadmi Party or AAP. Then we have the Communist Party. Then we have Communist Party of India, also known as the Marxist. Then we have Janata Dal United, and also the Shiv Sena. So children, these are the different types of parties in India which have a which form a different government in our country. Now children, there are also various regional parties, and they are also active in their own states. There are different regional parties as well. Now the ballet or the ballot papers and symbols. What happens in the ballot or the symbols? You know, after selection, after different selection of candidates is finished, is completed, a list of competing candidates is prepared. Just like everywhere it happens, the children who have been shortlisted or the candidates who have been shortlisted, a list is prepared by the officer of the Election Commission of India, who is also known as the returning officer. Ballot papers are printed properly, everything is done. Just like we have examinations in our school, everything is printed, kept in a safe place. Same thing happens in this routine or in this procedure also. Papers are written with the names of the candidates, and the symbols are allotted to each candidate. You know, just like hathi or hand or jhadu, all these things have different symbols of the candidates. Candidates of recognized parties are given their party symbols. Just like I said, BJP has a Kamal ka phool. Then we talk about AAP, they have jhadu or broom. Then if we talk about Shiv Sena, they have this bow and arrow. So they have different symbols and signs for their own parties. Now, what is the role of Election Commission of India, children? The role of Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India. Now, children, Election Commission of India has its chief election commissioner. There is one representative in this department, and he's the head and he plays a very important role in the department. This body is given the responsibility of conducting free and fair elections. They cannot cheat anybody. They have the right to have a fair elections. Election Commission announces the dates and decides place. Everything is done by the Election Commissioner of India. He decides the venue, he decides the place, he gives everything. All the requirement is being given by this Election Commission officer. Then he is the important, or he is the person who recruits the other personnels, who is going to sit where, who is going to do what work. This man or this woman does it. It sees that the rules and regulations are not broken by the political parties and they follow each and every pattern of the elections. Now, elections and their preparation, children. How is elections and the preparation done? The elections, like I said that it is conducted by the Election Commission of India, and the whole country has to follow the rules and regulations which have been given by the Election Commission of India. The whole country, in the case of Lok Sabha elections, is divided into constituencies. Like we studied in democratic government, that smaller units are known as constituencies in the Lok Sabha. And after this, the voters list of each constituency is prepared and it is published. Published means it is given out or it is broadcasted. Next, the nomination papers are filled. They have to be filled in properly, and the candidates are required to fill each and every important information. Now, the nomination papers are scrutinized by the Election Commission. Everything has to be there. Is he eligible to be in the election, or is he or she eligible to be a part of these elections or not? Then, in the next stage, the campaigns are conducted. Vote for, you must have heard that. These things start happening after the ECI, Election Commission of India, gives a positive or a tick sample to these people. And the last thing which happens is the counting of the votes and the declaration of the results. During the campaigning, before the voting, campaigning is done. Vote for, everything is done. The thing arrives, the election day arrives, and then after the elections, calculation of the results and the declaration of results is done. Then, children, the representatives are elected to form the government. Whosoever wins, a fair game. Whosoever takes away all the votes wins the battle. Then once elected, they work for the welfare of the society. They cannot work for themselves. They have to work for the people, to the people, by the people. Voting is the most important fundamental right, as well as the duty of all of us, duty of all the citizens. Everybody should cast their votes, and we have to elect our representatives so that we cannot say next time, oh, I did not elect them, that is why this happened. No, this is your responsibility. This is our authority. कहते हैं ये हमारा अधिकार है. So this is your right that you should go and vote. How voting takes place, children? How this full scenario happens? How the whole thing takes place? Voting is done through a secret ballot system, children. You have a secret ballot and it is done through that. I'll show you. Yes, children, can you see here on the screen? This is a secret ballot. Here the people go and vote. You know, in previous times what used to happen, there were no button system. Nowadays there are button systems. You go to your venue, you go to your place. Now what you have to do, you just have to show your voter ID card, and then you can just go inside and you can vote for your particular candidate. But earlier times, they did not have these electronic voting machine was not there. You had to go inside a room, paper and pen used to be kept there. You have to write the name or write the party, whichever you want to vote for. Fold the paper and put it in a box. This used to happen in the earlier times. But now, children, we have electronic voting machine. Can you see here up? Or can you see here on my screen? This is an electronic voting machine where we go and we vote. Your parents must be knowing, your sisters, brothers, sisters, those who are 18 years and above, they must have voted. They know what is an electronic voting machine. You go and you get a sound like this. This is the sound when you go, you press the button and you get this sound. So this is the sound for electronic voting machine. Electronic voting machine, you can see here. I've already shown you on the screen. It is like this. You just have to press the button and your vote is casted. So this is how voting takes place. Now, like I said, on entering the polling station, the voter name is checked. Your name is checked whether you are there or not. You have to show your voter ID card, and also one slip is there which is being given before the elections. Before the elections, the people, they come on around, they take a survey and they give you small chit kind of a thing with the name, ward number and everything is written on that. The voter then goes there and casts the vote for the candidate of his or her choice. Now, like I told you, electronic voting machines are used instead of ballot boxes. Then the voter has to simply click on the voter, on the name, and then the vote is casted. After each vote, the machine locks itself. You cannot vote for the next time. One vote. No, you cannot go there. You know, it has a vibration kind of a thing in the box, in the ballot, that once you press, after that you cannot press it. It is locked. Your stature has been locked there. You cannot vote it for the next time. Then after each vote, like I said, machine locks itself and only can be unlocked using a new ballot number. You know, the people, they are sitting there, they give different ballot numbers. And also when you come out from the ballot, they put a mark on your hand. Can you see on the screen? They put a mark on the hand. This means that you have already voted and now you cannot vote it for the next time. So children, I hope you have understood this lesson. This lesson is very important for your lives, because you should know that what are elections and how elections take place. So children, I hope you have taken a good knowledge from this video. Next time we will meet, we will get on with a new lesson. Meanwhile, stay healthy, stay safe children, and I hope all of you are doing well at home. No coughing and no sneezing. Please take care of your health and take care. God bless you. Bye-bye children.